What is going on, everybody? Anon here, and tonight I am going to show for myself because we've made some changes to our program uh, for the better, fairly substantially for the better. So, what we've done historically is we've run sales of Pokemon, Magic, some other TCGs, and everything's run through Discord. We'll announce it ahead of time. Um, and what we do is we use Shopify for everything, and we run coupons through Shopify. We send it to your email. So, for example, um, you won't see it here because these are just random open orders. But for example, if we were running a sale on Outlaws of Thunder Junction when they came out, terrible idea or terrible example, but we would price it at $1,724.99, and we would send $1,000 coupon. The reason for that is it allows us to control who buys, when they buy, and how much they buy on the website. Because even if people don't have the best intentions, they go in, you cancel them, you still eat the 3% fee, or they just mess around with the sale. Quite honestly, it's a good means of just controlling the situation. And we've been doing this for the last 10 months, and it's worked extremely well. So everything is run through Discord. Discord is linked with Shopify and the coupons, etc. And that's how we run it. But what we've started to do, effective today, was we've started to do monthly programs. And I'll click on the Magic the Gathering one first. So, and let me be clear, this is not a wholesale program. So you're not going to come in and buy, order 35 cases of something and get allocated. That's not what this program is. But we are capped at 500 subs. Right now we're sitting at like 486, 487. So we're close to full. And that number is just based on what my allocations are from my distributors. But one of the things we added, and I like the way that Rudy's historically done play boxes, draft boxes, set boxes, but those boxes have been really tough to come by. So what we did was we kind of looked at the situation, and I personally think this is better because for those of you who know anything about Commander displays, they come out at release, they work through the system, and then they end up pushing up over time because people break them for singles. The singles are very liquid. The displays are very liquid. Then a large reprint comes out. The price of the product gets smashed. And then we just rinse and repeat. And if you guys look at Ixalan, for example, these displays were up over $200. In January of 2025, there was a reprint, pushed them all the way down to like $130. They worked their way all the way back up to $250. Another reprint just came in, pushed them back down to $130, and rinse and repeat. Now with Ixalan, what I'm being told, this is the last reprint. Duskmorn, I think there's probably more coming. Bloomborough, there's probably more coming. Edge of Eternities, I only have a handful of these from initial release, but these will be coming. Final Fantasy, the market is pretty saturated with those. So that's not a great price right now. But it will be as things work through the system. And generally speaking, it takes between 4 to 6 months for these to dry up. And there's a lot more people breaking these and selling singles than there were 6 months ago and 6 months before that. So I think it's going to work through the system a little bit quicker. But the important thing to note is there are no reprints of these specific Commander decks scheduled at least through the end of Q1 of 2026. So I think, there's not a whole lot of downside on these, especially at these prices. Now I do have a bunch of pallets of Tarkir coming in October, I believe. And then we also have some Markov Manor, a couple pallets of that coming in, because that's a nice one as well. So as the reprints hit, we're going to add some, a couple pallets to this, depending on what the sell-through is, and just try to keep this going as long as we can get supply. And I have no idea what to expect in setting this up. The way we have it set up is each one of our subs can order 10, mix and match, whatever you want per month. It has to be in the same order. The coupons are set up that way. You can order 2 of each if you want. You can order 10 Bloomborough, nothing else. So again, I don't know if we're going to sell 50 or if we're going to sell 500. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be 50 because we're already well over that. But part of the purpose of the video is just to kind of explain to even our subs how this has changed a little bit. So that's magic. We'll add some things here. It's a fluid process. So the whole intention is to add some additional perks as time passes. And then let's go to the Pokemon one, because I've been thinking through the best way to do this for a while now. And again, you can see the prices here, 1,350, 1,350. There's a separate coupon that's coming out probably tomorrow because I haven't had a chance to do it yet. It's $1,000 off each item. So for example, I have 5 Temporal Forces Sleep Booster cases. The coupon will take the price down to $950. Now there's one charge of this. Everybody can buy one item per month. This is a lot of the ancillary product items that I didn't have enough to run a full scale sale on. And if you look at here, there's 23 of them. So it's a lot of fun stuff. When this goes live, and I'm going to take these down as soon as the video is over, it's going to be interesting to see what people go to first, because we have cool stuff like Team Rocket Mewtwo cases, Iono's Belly Bolt case, Cynthia's Garchomp. I have some Astral Radiance 3-pack blisters here, so some Sword and Shield stuff. The Lily Premium Collection, I think those promos are going nuts. And then we have some cool stuff like Steve and Marty Battle Deck. And yes, I stole most of these pictures from eBay. So whatever, is what it is. But that's the way we have it set up now. And again, this is a way to move product at a little bit of discount. So, with Magic, I basically priced everything at my cost, plus a couple bucks just for the headache. But it's basically cheaper than anywhere else, and tax and shipping is included in the price here. And obviously you're encouraged to get your resale shirt in here, since it's not a wholesale program, but it is it's bulk, if you will, shipping and volume and quantity. But with Pokemon, I took the lowest price I found. I backed out about 10% or 5%, I think, because there's no tax. So you're probably 11, 12% below market on any one of these items. But I think it's really cool. It's going to be super interesting to see what the feedback is on this. And again, always open to moving, to tweaking things and adjusting things. But we have this going. We have our sales. And we have a couple hundred boxes of Riftbound coming in. We're going to run our sale in a couple weeks. There's still 2 distributors I don't have numbers from yet. We're getting closer with One Piece to be able to offer a meaningful sale to folks. Pokemon, we're in good shape with. Magic, we're in great shape with. So, we're just going to keep doing what we're doing. Offering product at a discount to market, keep everybody happy and move on. So anyway, just want to walk you guys through this. I know there were a lot of questions in Discord with the coupons coming out because I hadn't had a chance to get to this, but I wanted to get in front of it. I'll post this as a tutorial on the website or in the Discord. And for those of you who are interested, feel free, join the Discord, PM me, and we'll go from there. So anyway, guys, hope you have a great night, and we will talk soon.